You too. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? I'm back. Been a cool like 3-4 days or a week. I've been on some bullshit, but it's cool that we back though. No more bullshit. Today we reacting to. This is the end of an era. It's a rap related video or music, whatever you want to call it. Like, bro, basically, rap ain't the same no more, bro. Music, all that like shit kind of ass now. Like, Lil Baby, his new album was ass. I ain't trying to hear shit y'all talking about, bro. His new album was ass. He ain't been hot since that collab album with Lil Durk. The joint he dropped on It's Only Me, that was cool. But like, every song sound the same, you feel me, bro? Like, Future, he fell off. Like, yes, he fell off. Uzi, y'all know how I feel about Uzi. I ain't even gonna get into it with that. Cardi just dropped. That shit was hot. That's music, bro. That is music. That's what niggas want to hear is music, bro. Like, he's like, he bringing, what's the word? Versatility into the rap sound, if that makes sense. Like, he different with his shit, bro. Nobody want to hear it. Like, come on, Dirt cool. He about to drop, so we'll see about that. Yeah, bro, like, rap ain't the same no more, bro. Like, we don't got no J. Cole's, we don't got no Lil Wayne's, we don't got no Kanye's, Eminem's, we don't got, like, everybody really rap the same. It don't really get me started on female rappers, bro. They fucking shit. Except for, like, Gorilla cool. She alright. She cool. Sexy Red. JT. Like, they all talk about the same shit. Dick this, dick that. Like, ass this, ass that. Like, bro, you go back to the back rappers. You got Missy Elliott, Mary J. Blige, Lil Kim. They switching they shit up. And they hot. Come on, bro. I ain't trying to hear none of it. Let's get into it.
There was a time where these artists could roll out of bed, drop an album, and pretty much take over the rap scene.
Yeah, that shit happening like no more.
Lil Durk, Lil Baby, 21 Savage.
21 Savage, I ain't gonna say he fell off, bro. He's still 21 Savage still got it, bro. But niggas like Future, bro, he fell off, bro. I ain't trying to hear shit y'all talking about.
Future, Travis Scott, Young Thug.
Travis Nice.
These were the names of guys
Young
who
Thug, he cool.
Kind of dominated the rap game ever
he
since
hot.
2018.
I ain't gonna trip, he hot.
But it feels more and more like their time is up in terms of this just being their era. These artists have been the people who have really dominated mainstream hip-hop. They've been the ones that have dominated the playlists like a Rap Caviar or any other mainstream rap playlist. These are the artists that have dominated the airways, dominated the radio.
Yeah.
To
that's Gunna nice.
These are the artists.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, ever since ever since him falling out with Young Thug, he got better.
Been the most impactful.
He was always hot though.
This era, despite the fact that most of them aren't the most.
I don't give a fuck if you're right. I'm still bumping it.
A lot of these guys aren't the most dominant in terms of numbers. Guys like Kendrick Lamar, Drake, and
Kendrick Lamar, I ain't trying, bro. Kendrick Lamar ass, bro. I'm not, bro. Nobody trying to hear that civil rights shit every song, bro. Like, I'm respected, bro. But like, no, come on, bro.
Superstars and have been before this era even started, have had to kind of adjust to what these guys are doing and integrate them into their own work and really follow their lead over this past like almost decade or so now. These guys have been pretty much the flag bearers of rap since around 2018, but I feel like that moment is now coming to an end and that era is done. What's good, YouTube? It's Justice I Used to Be Paying. Today I'm back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be telling you why this is the end of an era. But before I get into that, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Do all those things. It helps me out a ton. From 2018 really up until right about now, these guys could do no wrong.
Yeah, like, they was snapping, but it was on their little run.
Now, of course, they deserve the credit for that because they're the ones that dropped the music. Nobody did it for them. But once they were able to get people on board, there was no looking back ever since that moment. Like, these guys were hitting on such a level that almost everything that they did was money. And you cannot go to a public setting right now that plays rap music and not hear at least one of those names.
Yeah.
You can't even really go to any public setting that plays music in general and not hear one of those names that I mentioned. Of course, if you go to like a country festival or like, you know, you go in and listening to like an R&B night at an R&B place or R&B club, whatever you want to call it, of course they're not going to play their music. But I mean, like, if you go to a place that has just like, in general, mainstream, popular music, you're going to hear one of those names that I mentioned earlier. And to make things even crazier, they all feature each other on their album. So if one of them drops an album, you're going to hear at least 3 or 4 of the other names that I mentioned previously. Pretty much every rap album since 2018 has a government mandated 21 Savage feature. Like, these guys have really just taken over everything. This group feels almost like a clique or a fraternity of rappers that have dominated the mainstream rap scene. And at this moment, it feels like the tide is kind of turning away from that. You really start to see this shift, though, in how people talk about Lil Baby. Lil Baby, without a shadow of a doubt,
yes, no, bro.
This group. Even if you don't believe he's the best, even if you think 21, Gunna, or whoever else, Lil Durk, is better than him, there's no denying that he was kind of positioned as the golden goose of this group by the media. Like, he was put in that spot as the #1 guy going into the future. Like, back in 2020, he was the guy with the rocket strapped to his back, who was going super crazy with his music, super crazy numbers, #1 album, #1 song. Like, he was the next guy in rap.
He was.
Some people even put him in the spot of possibly being the guy to unseat Drake one day.
Fuck
as
no.
The most popular rapper in the world.
Nigga would never be better than Drake. What are we talking about?
Wayne, or the Wayne of this generation. That's how.
No. Hell no. Being a Wayne of this generation, hell no.
Back in 2020, 2021. And he has,
I start pushing it.
Doubt, been a hit maker for the last 7 years. Like,
you see this shit? I mean, alright, but like, that's cool. But where's his hits now? Like,
that's all he.
Niggas like Kanye, Drake. Even though I say Kendrick, I don't fuck with Kendrick Lamar. Chief Keef still been, bro. Chief Keef been this shit since 20. I don't even know, bro. Since back then, he's still this shit, bro. Lil Baby not going on a run like that, bro.
Hits. But the last 2 albums that he's released have, at best, mixed reviews. At best, mixed reviews. And people still listen to Lil Baby. Don't get me wrong. It's not like he's completely fallen off.
No, he ain't fall off, bro. It's just like
there's no denying that his momentum has.
He's not that no more, bro.
Massively. Like, people are just not really enamored with Lil Baby like they were in 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
They kind of feel a little bit over it at this point. Like, they feel like Lil Baby has about 4 or 5 tricks in his bag, and that's really it. Like, once he gives you that, there's not that much he can do anymore. You don't really see people calling him the Wayne of this generation anymore.
I don't know who the fuck said that, bro.
People just aren't as high on him anymore. They
ain't no way niggas actually believe in that.
Like, he's gotten a bit stale, and that kind of criticism or that kind of way of thinking for Lil Baby low-key applies to the whole group as well. Some people feel like it's gotten a bit stale, and the internet, as a result, has kind of turned on Lil Baby. Now, of course, he still has fans, don't get me wrong. He's not the most hated rapper in the game, but there's no denying that you just don't see that same Lil Baby love anymore. You don't see guys constantly saying, man, Baby top 5, I don't care what nobody say. You just don't see that. This critique of things getting a bit stale seems to kind of be a theme of this group. Like I just mentioned before, Lil Baby gets it, 21 Savage gets it a lot, Lil Durk gets it a lot, and even people have started to give it to Travis Scott unfairly.
Travis Scott been popping for years.
4x4, people were saying, bro, it's not 2018 anymore. So all of these guys kind of get this exact same critique.
No.
And I don't think it's an accident. I feel like fans feel like some of these guys are just starting to kind of roll out of the bed and just give us whatever. Just give us anything, and that should be good enough just because it's coming from Lil Baby, or that should be good enough just because it's coming from Lil Durk. That's kind of how fans feel that they feel. It's like, no, bro, we're not just going to accept anything. And I know people are going to be mad at me for saying this, but respectfully, Future gave us 3 albums in 2024. That last one, Mixtape Pluto, is exactly what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like that album was corny, bro. The one he had with Metro Boomin, that was hot. That's the Future that that we want to bump our head to, bro.
It's
The
still-
one with
there's musical there,
Metro.
Don't get me wrong, but we start to feel a little bit of that repetition, a little bit of that, like, man, are you sure you really had enough music to make a full-length project? Because some of this stuff really just starts to sound the same. Like, again, I know people are going to be mad at me for saying that about Future, but that's just how people really feel about this group of guys. They feel like sometimes this specific group can be very guilty of sacrificing a lot of their quality to give us quantity. I know that I'm framing this in a way that may sound like I'm trying to say these guys' careers are over or something like that, but that's not what I'm trying to get at here. What I am trying to say, though, is that these acts and the ones that are very similar to them are either going to evolve in the next few years or so and move forward with rap, or just kind of get left behind in a way with this era of rap. Now, I have said that I believe that this era is pretty much done, but we haven't fully moved into the next one yet. I don't really know what the next theme or the next era or the next wave of rap is going to look like for the next 5 to 7 years or so. And I think that we're kind of in the middle of this previous one that I've been talking about for most of this video and whatever the next one is. So there still is time for these guys to kind of spice things up and change things up and evolve with time to be able to move on to this next era. But I do believe that's going to be a necessity.
Oh, so that song with J. Cole.
Right now, it feels like the middle class of rap is kind of disappearing. Like, you're either a top dog or you're not. The middle is going away. The middle that was filled with names that aren't blockbuster superstars like a Drake, Kendrick, or a Kanye, but were still big names regardless. Names like a 21 Savage, a Gunna, a Lil Durk. These guys who kind of filled the middle class of rap. It feels like those spots are starting to go away.
21 Savage in the middle?
Everyone's numbers as a whole, just in music really in general, but especially in rap, seem to be kind of down at the moment. And if these guys stay relatively the same, I expect their numbers to reflect that as well. Look at Polo G and Roddy Ricch. These are kind of the best examples of...
Don't even get me started on Roddy Ricch. That nigga's a one-hit wonder, bro. He had that one song, in the Bot song. He had that album. That was all 2020. Like, niggas don't listen to Roddy Ricch no more. I know he about to drop another song to join, album. The song off that album, Survivor's Remorse, that shit hot. But other than that, Roddy Ricch been fell off, bro.
Of the worst case scenarios for what could happen to these guys. Once upon a time, these guys
Polo G still got it.
The names that I mentioned earlier, especially Polo G. He was in the mix with all of those guys. Polo G was one of those guys who was looked at as one of the next superstars of rap, one of the next rising stars. But the combination of really honestly a lack of development plus the fan criticism equaled, well, unfortunately, like his downfall low-key. Like Polo G on his album Hall of Fame sold 140K first week. And this, in hindsight,
that nigga had to be getting blackballed, bro.
Like Polo G really had a lot of hate starting at Hall of Fame. Like, that was the moment where everything started to change in terms of the narrative surrounding Polo G. There were rumblings.
Polo G still got it, bro.
Before, but then it just kind of turned to flat out hate after Hall of Fame was released. But that album still did 140K first week, up until his next project, which is Hood Poet in 2024, and that album sold 24K first week.
What?
Polo G got outsold by Ice Spice in 2024 in first week numbers. Now, I'm not saying that to say in a vacuum like this is what happened. There's a whole bunch of context to what happened between Hood Poet and Hall of Fame and, Polo G's arrest and the album getting delayed a few times. But regardless, at the end of the day, no album with a name tied to it like a Polo G should do 24K first week. And I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen to these guys. I'm not saying that that's in their future. But I'm just trying to give an example of the change in reality and how fast it can really come. From 2021, where Polo G is looked at as one of the next big things, next young guy to carry the genre on his back, him, Lil Baby, and, NBA Youngboy are going to be the next big names in rap, to 2024, where he's a complete afterthought. Despite Future being over 40 years old, I do believe he will be in whatever era is next, because he's been adapting and evolving for over a decade.
I think he should retire, bro.
Very similar way about Young Thug, so I'm not necessarily worried about those guys too much. Travis Scott is another guy that I'm not really too worried about. as an artist, Utopia
Yeah, he still
showed
got
me
it.
that he can evolve, and it really showed me that he has so many different things that he can creatively branch out and do, and so many different things in his bag that, again, I'm not too worried about it. Maybe a song will come out here and there like 4x4 where not everyone's convinced, but I'm not too worried about him in the future, at least at this moment in time. But the guys that I am really worried about are definitely Lil Baby and 21 Savage. Now, I would have thrown
Bro,
Lil Durk in
21
this
still
group as
got
well,
it,
but
bro.
I don't think we're going to be getting
I
too much
think 21 still got it, bro.
but they just don't seem like the type of artists that will be able to completely like renovate themselves and evolve to what's happening surrounding them. Like, I really do like Lil Baby and I really do like 21 Savage, so I'm still gonna be listening to their music regardless, more likely than not at least. But if there ever were anybody in this group who I could look at and say,
Personally, bro, in my opinion, bro, I think 21 Savage, American Dream, the album he dropped last year, did better than the Lil Baby album when they dropped this year.
I know they're probably gonna have a hard time of
That's why I think, bro.
It would probably be those two. So that means that they will have to find other ways to keep up with whatever's happening and remain relevant. Whether this group of guys completely fall off or some of them fade into the background and become a little bit more niche as artists and a bit more grounded, kind of like DaBaby, where they're still doing performances.
Damn, I forgot
still
all
making
about
money, they're
DaBaby.
just not that guy anymore. Just know that this period of dominance is probably over for these
Yo,
guys.
wait,
Now,
time out. Why he ain't mention YoungBoy in this video?
Next era and continue to be dominant. It doesn't mean that they can't continue to be a big name. It just means that they're probably going to have to start to bring something newer to the table, something fresher to the table, something where they're showing a little bit more depth or they're evolving a little bit more in order to continue to be one of the biggest names in the genre in the next few years or so. The days of them just kind of rolling out of bed, dropping any old album, whether it was great or just okay, and still being the face of Rap Caviar and still being the guys whose music is constantly being played in the club and on the radio, I think are coming to an end. It doesn't mean that they can't continue to do great things and progress as an artist, but I think that we're just going to be demanding a little bit more from these guys in the future. And the era of them dropping just being enough is probably over, at least in my opinion. But if you made it this far, I greatly, greatly appreciate you. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all those things. It helps me out a ton. I go by the name of Pay. Peace.
Hey, y'all let me know what y'all think, bro. Like, my opinion though, I don't know how music about to go. Like, cause it's 2025. Yeah, 2025, bro. I don't know how music about to go. Cause like just think about like all the greats really about to retire. It's just like the NBA, bro. All the greats about to retire, and we left with these young niggas. Like we left with Baby Kia type niggas. We left with, I ain't gonna say ladies are them hot. I'm like, I don't know. Cause think about it, bro. The niggas that's underground right now, they most likely gonna go where they most likely gonna go up when like niggas like Drake and them retired. Like Lil Baby, bro, he had the ball in his hand from like 2018 up until 21. Yeah, up until 21, bro. I think his time done, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. He don't hit the same no more. YoungBoy, I don't know why YoungBoy wasn't mentioned on this list. YoungBoy been snapping since what 2018 or 17 up until now, bro. He just got released from prison, and he putting the drugs down, bro. Bro? It's over for niggas in the rap game. What the fuck? It's over, bro. You got niggas like Rod Wave. Don't say shit that he just sing and be depressed every song. Nah, nigga, he can actually rap. Like really listen to what he's saying. So Rod Wave up there. Who else? Damn, I can't think. Lucky Hot too. Chucky Nice. Yeah. All them underground niggas, bro, them niggas that be, I don't know, y'all know what I'm talking about, bro. Them underground niggas, like them niggas that just meant for underground. Like I don't think they going nowhere with they shit, bro. The female rappers, they Ice Spice ass, Sexy Red ass. She got like 2 good songs with But Chief Keef got a good song with Drake. She get rap though. I'm not gonna lie, she get rap. She not ass, but it's like, you feel me? Megan Thee Stallion ass. Free Tory. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Rap in trouble. Rap definitely in trouble. What else? I'm trying to think before I end this video. Who else, bro? Who else? God damn. I can't think of nobody. Polo G still got the ball. Polo G still nice. Uzi still nice. I'm not trying to hear shit what niggas saying about Uzi. Just cause he experimented on albums doesn't mean his ass. Like, bro, y'all gotta understand the albums that he experiment on, like albums like Pink Tape, the Demon High song, the Sasuke song, any song that sound too like ass in y'all ears, that shit's still good. Like, that shit still did. Pink Tape still did numbers. I remember niggas was bashing that album when it first dropped. Now niggas dick riding that shit. Yeah, I think that's about it, bro. I think that's about it. Let me hold on. Let me look something up real quick. I just want to see. I just want to see something real quick. Let me see something real quick, bro. Alright. Okay. Alright, so we got 24 top rappers right now, like as of today, or this week, or month. Number 1, Drake. Drake fell off, bro. I'm not trying to shit y'all talking about that new album, Party Next Door. Nobody listening to that shit. I mean, it's some good songs on that, John. But we want that old Drake. We want that Drake that make niggas bop his head and shit, bro. Like, we want that. What's that album? Y'all know that one album when he was in the sky, he was facing sidewards, and you know what I'm talking about. That old Drake, bro. We want that old Drake. Ice Spice should not even be on this fucking list. She is ass. Playboi Carti, he deserved to be up here. Like I said, bro, that new album he dropped, that's music. That's music. The beat, the ad-libs, the rage rap, that's music. Yeet. I ain't even gonna get into that. Uzi deserved to be up here. 21 Savage deserved to be up here. Kendrick Lamar, even though I don't fuck with him for real, he deserved to be up here. Lil Yachty is fucking ass. I'm not trying to shit y'all niggas is talking about, bro. Lil Yachty, number 8 on the 24 top rappers of right now. Bro, get on my face, bro. Y'all niggas just be talking. V's, he alright. I don't listen to V's like that. Babyface, right? He nice. I don't think he should be top 10 though. Along with V's. Future, he fell off. Young Nudie, he nice. Lucky, nice. He should be higher than V's. Lucky should be higher than V's. In my opinion, Lucky better than V's. Lil Durk, he should be higher than what? 14. Young Thug, nice. Lil, who the fuck is listening to Lil Tyler in 2024? Destroy Learning, Lonely, he nice. Ken Carson, he nice. Who the fuck is Stop What? Who? From Chicago? I ain't never heard no Thought What. Or whatever his name is. Chief Keef should be higher than Thought What. What the fuck? Who made this list? Chief Keef should be higher than Thought What. Ken Carson, Destroy Lonely, Lil Tyler, Young Thug, Lil Durk. Like, come on, bro. Bro, Chief Keef is the second best rapper coming out of Chicago, bro. Go Kanye, Chief Keef, then Lil Durk. What the fuck? I swear, Visa, that nigga one hit wonder. Central C, he nice. He nice for him to be coming out of he nice. Baby Keem, I ain't hear shit. He one hit wonder in my opinion, bro. Who the fuck is Conway the Machine? Who? They just put an anybody on this list. What the fuck? What? Yeah, bro. Yeah. I love y'all. Y'all be careful. Tune into the streams. I'll see y'all next video.